Hello and welcome to Christian Weather Broadcasting. Today we're going to be tracking Tropical Storm Ian, which is starting to intensify. And before we get into this forecast, take a look at the description because there is a gospel message there and Jesus can save you from hell. All right, let's get into this. Right now you're looking at Tropical Storm Ian on satellite imagery. As you can see, deep convection starting to bubble up around the center of this thing. We're now seeing strengthening, and that is some deep convection. Those dark blacks, purples, and pinks, that is some really deep convection. You can also see some very nice circulation on this storm, and it's starting to condense, and it's starting to become more organized, so it's starting to strengthen now, and that is being shown by what the National Hurricane Center is saying. As you can see, we now have 65 mile per hour winds, 989 millibars, so this thing is starting to strengthen, and it's in an area where there's low wind shear, high water temperatures, so that'll allow it to strengthen. And it's located at 17.3 north, 81.4 west, movement northwest at 11 knots or 13 miles per hour, so it slowed down by 1 mile an hour. Let's go into the cone of uncertainty. Before we do, though, if you're in Cuba and Jamaica, expect some possible mudslides, high rainfall, and just please be very careful and get ready for this thing because it is coming very soon. Let's get into the cone of uncertainty now. As you can see, hurricane warnings up for portions of Cuba and one of the islands. I'm sorry, I forgot which island it is. There's also now tropical storm warnings for Key West, Florida, and also some portions of Florida now have a tropical storm watch. As you can see, the new track as of 11 o'clock has updated and has the hurricane off the coast of Tampa as a major hurricane. That is probably around Category 3. So, this thing will be very close to land as a major hurricane. So if you're in Florida, get preparing for a major hurricane. Alrighty, let's take a look at the wind speed probabilities. As you can see, 90% chance of tropical storm force winds for, I think, western Cuba. Also, you can see about 70 to 80 upwards, maybe even upwards to 90% chance of tropical storm force winds in portions of Florida. Let's go to the hurricane wind speed probabilities. The hurricane wind speed probabilities are still low. There's about a 30-40% chance in Tampa, around the Tampa Bay area, and there's about a 50 to 60% chance of hurricane force winds in Cuba, but this will go up. For portions of Florida, expect about 4 to 6 inches of rainfall for portions, and there is a slight chance of flash flooding. Now, let's go into the tracks for the storm. As you can see, the models still don't have a great consensus of where this is going. It could go into Tampa. That is worst case scenario. If it goes into Tampa, it will likely be a major Category 3 hurricane. So if you're in Tampa, get preparing for this thing. The other likely area this storm could go is up near Gainesville or possibly even Apalachicola. Luckily, it'll be weaker when it reaches those areas because it'll have weakened a little bit from the wind shear that is in those areas. Intensity guidance brings this storm to Cat 3, high, very strong Cat 3, maybe low-end Cat 4. Doesn't really matter. That is just a major hurricane. And the GFS model brings this storm just off the coast of Florida and then has it making landfall somewhere around Gainesville probably and close to Apalachicola and moving up through Georgia. So if you're in any of these areas, keep an eye out for this. Expect for quite a bit of the state of Florida. Let's see how much of the state. Pretty much most of the state can expect tropical storm force winds. Actually, most of Florida can expect tropical storm force winds. Also, for portions of Cuba where that storm is moving through, be very careful and get prepared now. Thank you for watching. This has been Christian Weather Broadcasting.